The judges for this section are Dr. Sushma Kaza, Mr. K. Suresh, Ms. BDM V. Lakshmi.
Each participant, each part, each participant will be given a maximum of 6 minutes, and after that they'll be alarmed. And coming to the presentation, the first participant is our Dean, Vignana Institute of Management, Dr. C.H.S. Durga Prasad. Competition in the Indian e-commerce sector, the case of Flipkart. Dr. S.R. Subbarao sir, Professor, Bhavan Vivekananda College of Science and Humanities and Commerce.
Yes. Good afternoon, everybody. This is a case on Flipkart, which is prepared by Dr. C.H. Durga Prasad, Dean of VJIM, and then myself. We find that e-commerce business has been growing very significantly, particularly in the last decade. Some firms have come up and then some have been able to sustain, grow, and then continue in the business. We find that the market size has phenomenally increased in the last few years, and currently it is about $5.5 billion. It is found that some of the existing companies belonging to big groups, like even Tatas, Birlas, Reliance, and so on, they have not reached this stage of market size. But what is projected further is giving an opportunity not only for the existing firms but for the new firms also. Then what is the future and prospects of this? Basically, the growth of this e-commerce depends upon the use of internet, and it is growing at 15%. I mean, it forms 15% of the population, and the users 7% for online transactions. But in India, it is picking up gradually. People are getting used to placing orders online, and so the sector has got a very huge opportunity available, and this is a happening sector. That is why we have selected this for the analysis. And it is oligopolistic in the nature, in the sense that even though there are a good number of companies, if you just try to look at the market size of some of the individual companies, it may be small. There are some doing e-commerce business, retailing, in the food sector, fashion, jewelry, footwear, and so on. There are a innumerable number of companies. So in a way, it is monopolistic. If you look at the characteristics of the nature of business, because there is a free entry and there is also a free exit. Anybody can just start on the web a site, publicize that, and get some orders or business and then grow. But globally, you find that the private equity investors and the angel investors, in the case of smaller units, the PE firms in the case of bigger units are showing a lot of interest. And so this sector has been attracting the investment significantly. And so even though there are a large number of firms, we find that basically there are three which can be considered as having sustained business. Overall, if you look at the e-commerce business, taking into account all types of goods, not just a few. And these are Flipkart, Amazon, and Snapdeal. Especially, there is a mention here about the fashion market, because this is growing at a high speed. But in the e-commerce business, we find that the food sector has attracted some ventures. And other than that, it is the fashion area which is having good business. And Myntra is a known name in that. So other than Myntra, if you take into account, Flipkart was there as the leader. But because the fashion sector has been growing significantly and then to be the market leader, Flipkart has acquired Myntra recently. And so together, Flipkart and Myntra have got a market share of 50% in the e-fashion market. But if you take into account the e-commerce business overall, the leader is Flipkart. Coming to the case part of it, started by Sachin Bansal and Vinny Bansal. But it is found that the Bansals are coming up very much in the e-commerce business, if you look at the other areas also. But here, the Sachin and Vinny have done their courses in IIT Delhi. In fact, in Delhi, as the batchmates, they did not know each other. No relationship, no contacts. But it so happened that they met for the first time in Amazon when they were working there. And they thought that why not we have something like Amazon in India. Amazon was known well in the bookstore business, online. And so they thought that we will take this model to India. And they started this in 2007, Bangalore. Small money for them. Already they were working in US and then they had some money, and so 4 lakh amount. But they have added, beginning from bookstore, a number of other products also. And the number of employees increased to 15,000, and recently it has gone up because on October 6th they have celebrated 1 billion sales day. Rupees 1 billion they aimed at. And in the first 10 hours, when the platform was open, they got 650 crores of rupees business. And they have adopted a marketplace model. To start with, it was only an inventory model. They are having warehouses and so on, but there are FDI issues involved. And actually, it is a Singapore-based company. The investments were made by Bansals, but in Singapore, so that they don't come under the FDI laws or regulations. And mainly, if you look at the competition aspect, what are the strategies that are adopted? Increase the product range so that when anybody opens the platform, they will have everything available there so that they can choose the product, and within also each product what is the range that is available, the variety that is available. And go for in-house brands to have higher margins. Profitability is one of the concerns. Though of course no e-commerce unit is getting profits. Huge losses are there being incurred by them. In fact, some of the investments which are made, received by the companies, they are used for meeting the business expenses. Go for acquisitions, technology, infrastructure. In fact, these companies are maintaining warehouses, but they are not in their name. The sellers who are on the platforms, they will supply the products, they are kept in the warehouses, and they are supplied to the customers. But you don't find the name of these e-commerce companies being used there, even though they are dealing with the transactions, helping the sellers. And the strength is the delivery network. Any firm aims at profits. But this is one particular area where profitability is not the concern to start with. But Flipkart is 7 years old as of now, but it is incurring huge losses. The losses are financed by the investments. It is actually following the system of using the initial investments to meet the expenses. There is a loss, again get investments, and the investors are coming forward to finance. And it is yet to go for IPO. They are waiting for, in fact, further investments, and then only they go for IPO and profitability. Perhaps they will be coming up in future. There are a large number of products which are being dealt with by them. The investments starting in 2009 for Flipkart are being made even now, and they are also going for the investments in 2015 as well as they have announced. Acquisitions have been there since the year 2010, and they, some of the suppliers or the products which they were getting, that is considered as the source for acquisitions, and the latest one is Myntra. In fact, Myntra promoter Mukesh Bansal said that in an interview when he was asked, "Are you going to sell the unit?" He said no, but he sold the unit. There are also tie-ups along with the products which are made, tie-ups at the global level. There are a number of global brands they want to sell, and this is a platform available. Otherwise, nobody knows about those products available to the customers. And revenue increased for Flipkart from 4 crores to 5,000 crore in a very short period. You don't find this type of revenue jump in the case of any other sectors happening. This October 6th Big Billion Day, you might have read in the papers, this made a history. It also created a lot of problems for the company. And look at the losses, $2.82 billion, rupees. And this almost forms about 40% of the total sales. And how these losses are financed from the investment side. Now there are various issues that are before the companies existing as well as the potential. It is a game theory, and it is a win-lose situation because these companies do not join together. There is no cooperation between them. Amazon competes with Flipkart. Amazon, in fact, is having discussions with Japan to take over that. Then it will be on par with Flipkart. Amazon is only 1.5 years old. Flipkart is 7 years old. But Amazon actually is breathing in the neck of Flipkart, and the time may come in 1 or 2 years perhaps that Amazon will be overtaking Flipkart in business. But then there has to be a reaction from Flipkart also. So it also will go for further acquisition. So this type of game is going on, and the costs are increasing. Discount is heavily given to be the market leader, and losses are increasing. How long this can go on? This is a major question, and IPO is planned by Flipkart. But investors always look for exit options. In fact, some of the investors will be completing 5 years very shortly. Normally, the investors will not keep their funds beyond 3 years, and 5-year period is the exit time. They will look because they have taken the funds from somewhere. They have to pay those investors in turn. So the PE firms are in business and they will exit. So post IPO, when IPO comes, and if investors exit, then what will be the outlook for Flipkart? But overall, we feel that e-commerce business will survive. It will go on, and profitability will be there. But again, as 7 years have gone for Flipkart, still incurring losses, perhaps it may be another 3-4 years for Flipkart to have the turnaround. But how the turnaround will come, it is a story that one has to see in the context of the competition that is coming from Amazon, a global player, and Snapdeal, which is just lying as number 3. But if you look at the investors' names like Ratan Tata, though investment is only 1% in the capital of Snapdeal, the name has got a value. The moment Ratan Tata entered, then the value of Snapdeal in the market has gone up substantially. Premji has made investments, though to a small extent. So you find slapped here also, being one of the potential threats. And this is the fate. Anybody can enter this at any time. Very small investments are required to start with a seed money on the part of the promoters. And there are investors available at the global level to come in if they see a future from what you are giving to your unit as promise. So these are some of the issues which you have got, and it's up to us to think what can happen, and the field is wide open in e-commerce. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your valuable viewpoints with us. Next is the social entrepreneur, a growing trend, presented by Arvinder Singh and Anjali Tiwari from Shiva Shivani Institute of Management. Good afternoon, friends. My name is Arvinder Singh and she is my partner Anjali Tiwari. We are from Shiva Shivani Institute of Management, Hyderabad, and our topic is social entrepreneurship, a growing trend.
So let's start with entrepreneurs. I believe in our society we need more unreasonable people. I think people are frowning now. Why unreasonable? But after this talk, I may expect that 90% of the people want to be unreasonable. Because let's see first what is the meaning of unreasonable. Unreasonable means not guided by reason or sound judgments, not having the faculty of reason, silly and all these things. Now let me quote the George Bernard Shaw. He said, "The reasonable person adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable are persist in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable person." So, innovativeness, creativeness in the society comes from the unreasonable people. Mrs. Hema Balakrishna, she started jewelry making from mud. Do you think it's really unreasonable? And for ordinary people, we can't even expect to make a jewelry for daily, using in the functions and everything in this kind of scenario. But that is an unreasonable idea. But it creates the innovativeness in the society.
Actually, the emergence of social entrepreneurship depends on three factors, and those factors are the problem and innovation, solution, and social change. Here, the problem doesn't mean any personal problem, but it more means a social problem, and which needed an immediate effect. And a person who has innovating idea, innovative solution for the social problem is the social entrepreneur, and that social innovation will bring a change in the society.
Now the role of social entrepreneurs. The creation of sustainable social value. This is one of the unique characteristics of the social entrepreneurs. The person who is different from other entrepreneurs is that they have the capability to create a society of sustainability. They add the social values in the society. The next one is searching for new opportunities. They constantly looking for those opportunities to advance their missions, their values, and they are always adding the valuable additions to the lives of the target beneficiaries. Continuous process of innovation and learning. Innovation is a synonymous of a social entrepreneurship. In the whole journey of the social entrepreneurship, they have continuously innovating their ideas. They have a different pattern of ideas in their creations, but the creativity and the innovation is a constant struggle for any individual. And the last one is exhibiting high sense of accountability. The social entrepreneurs, they are very high. The standards of accountability is very high because they have financial stakeholders in the business, emotional stakeholders in the businesses, and their operation is just like a fish bowl. So they have the responsibility to demonstrate their work. More transparency must be there in the process of the functioning of the social entrepreneurs.
Many of us are confused between a social entrepreneur and NPO, but there is a huge difference between them. The first difference is the purpose of their work. A social entrepreneur works for some financial need and also give something back to the society. But an NPO, as the name suggests, a non-profit organization, it will not work for profit, but it will contribute to the society only. And the selection of people. In social entrepreneur, people are selected on the basis of their skills. But in NPO, it is more voluntary in nature. And the measurement of performance in social entrepreneurs are based on their how much they have earned and what they have delivered to the society. But in NPOs, they only focus on what they have delivered to the society. And the sources of funds are only earnings in the case of social entrepreneurs. And in case of NPOs, there is charitable institutions. There are some charitable institutions that provide them donations. One of the example is Miracle Courier Company. Actually, this company was founded by Mr. Dhruv Lukra in 2009. And you will be amazed by listening this because it's a harsh word, but everyone who is in this auditorium are unfit to work in this organization. The only reason is you have to fulfill two criteria to work in the organization. You have to be deaf and you should be very good in sign languages. Actually, these deaf people are like burden on their family. When Mr. Dhruv seen this, he came up with a solution that he started a courier company. In courier company, there is more of visual skills are needed rather than communication skills, more of verbal skills. So he came up with the company. He came up with this idea because deaf people are very good in remembering places, and because they are more visually inclined with the world. And this company have two branches in Mumbai, and they have 65,000 shipments yearly they do. There are some of the challenges that is faced by social entrepreneurs, the lack of education. That is lack of education of social entrepreneurship. In VGIM, we have an entrepreneur development cell, but this idea should be promoted. Education institute should provide entrepreneurship ideas, and so that people can learn. It should act as a basis and a foundation. And there is lack of financial assistance. Many financial institutions deals only with numbers, monetary numbers. They don't want any social. They don't want to contribute anything to the social need of the society. They only deals with numbers. So many times social entrepreneurs go to the money lender, take the loan, and it is very they charge very high interest. And many times the idea fails because financial institutions are not able to provide loans to these people. And there are acquiring technology is very difficult. It is a continuation of the second point because if you don't have any financial assistance, technologies will be very, you can't afford that. And lack of government support. In India, government only supporting one thing, that is giving award to these people when they achieve a very high thing. Only that thing they will do. And after that, they will forget them. Government should, because social entrepreneurs are doing a part of government work, there should be tax reduction in them. There should be subsidies provided to them. But in our country, nothing is done.
Now, why they are needed? The social entrepreneurs, they are really and they are playing a very significant role in our society. The first one is employment development. It's a very obvious one that being a business, because they are doing business and they're creating employment and they're training them also. So, but they are giving employment to everybody. They're giving employment for the disabled person, irrespective of the people. And they are innovating new goods and services. They are making new creative ways and they are implementing those innovative ideas to make new goods and services. They are creating social capital. After the addition of the economic capital into the society, social value is very important, and they are creating they are building up a relationship in the society and making a very effective way of functioning in the society. Equity promotion. They force the equitable distribution of income. They give the socio-economic status to the people. For example, Mohammed Yunus, he started microfinancing and gave unsecured loans to the 6 billion of disadvantaged women. They got the socio-economic status and the returning back of that loan is 96%. This is incredible in itself. Okay, now the example is Daisy Crew, and this is very interesting example. I want to quote this. That Daisy Crew is like 2/3 of the employers are females, and none of the girls are here. They are not capable. They are not eligible enough to get into this company because they want dropout girls. They want those kind of girls, those who are already working in the household chores and in the families. So they are not eligible for this company. So they decrease the dropout rates, and the governments, they are making midday meals to invite these girls, to invite these students to come to college and schools. But what this founder, the Saloni Malhotra, she is the founder of the Dasi Crew. What she did, she collected these girls, she trained them, and now these girls are working as a video personals, and they are garnering so much profit to that company. And now these girls are earning 20 to 25,000 rupees. They are dropouts, but they are giving a value addition to the society. Thank you very much. Thank you, and participant, we please request you to stick on to your time limit. Our next participant is Sandeep and Subendra Narayana Pradhan from Shivshimali Institute of Management. Women Entrepreneurship in India, Opportunities and Challenges.
Respected judges, and one and all present here. Today, our topic for the research is women entrepreneurship in India. That's opportunities and challenges. Me and my teammate Surendra and Pradhan, we are from Shivshimali Institute of Management. Well, before getting into the presentation, I would make a suggestion that all the young future female entrepreneurs be a little more attentive, because this research we have done basically for you. This is a part of your future. The objectives of our studies are research is to highlight the problems, basic problems faced by the women entrepreneurs once you get into the business, and to emphasize the prospects of women entrepreneurs, and to compare the women entrepreneurship in India and abroad, the rate of women entrepreneurship, then the growth, and all those aspects, and to showcase the assistance given by the Indian government towards women entrepreneurship, and to suggest some of the successful factors for the aspiring women entrepreneurship to adopt so that they will be successful in their future. Well, introduction. Women entrepreneurs may be defined as the group or a group of women who initiate, organize, and operate a business entity or an enterprise. Women entrepreneur is a person who accepts the challenging role to meet her personal needs and become economically independent. And our research methodology is, the whole research is based on the secondary data which we have collected from articles, newspaper articles, websites, etc. Well, coming to the reasons for becoming women as entrepreneurs. The whole reasons is actually classified into two factors, like pull factors and push factors are there. Pull factors are those factors which lead women entrepreneurs to become entrepreneurs on their own. And the push factors are those factors which an external push, as the name suggests, an external push will be there for them to become entrepreneurs. They might not become entrepreneurs out of their own decisions or out of their own interest. They will have an external push. Some of the pull factors for the women to become entrepreneurs are freedom to work and live on their own terms. In other words, those who want to become their own boss, they come into the business. They who wants to be independent and own a business on their own, they come into the business and then have an idea that is needed to be taken into the market. This is an important factor which lots of women entrepreneurs are taking up nowadays. Like if we can see, lots of ideas are coming up into the market. Like some of the innovative ideas are like cake making, then apparels, then textile designs. Like so many innovative ideas are coming from females, and these ideas needed to be taken into the market. They feel the need for these ideas to be taken into the market, so that they take up entrepreneurship as their profession. Then more gender equality, then unlimited earning potential, then alternate source of multiple streams of income, more social recognition. These are all common factors. And then the push factors are, of course, death of the breadwinner in their family, or sudden fall in family income, or permanent inequality of the family. Such factors are the push factors. Like the push factors, when we see the percentage of women entrepreneurship, the entrepreneurs coming out of the push factors is negligibly small when compared to pull factors. Most entrepreneurs come out of pull factors only. Then the table shows the global entrepreneurship and development index, which is developed by Global Entrepreneurship and Development Institute in association with Dell Institute of Women Entrepreneurship. This is basically a comparison of the growth potential of women entrepreneurship in India and abroad. While when we see the table, it is seen that India comes around 26th. You can see the 26th position is India, and a lot of the countries like United States is first, Australia, Sweden, and India is in the bottom part of this table. There are actually many reasons contributing to this downfall of Indian entrepreneurship in this table. Like these are taken 15 criteria are taken into account, and based on these 15 criteria, this table has been calculated. So while getting into the reasons why India is coming down in this table, like this is the statistic, women entrepreneurship statistics in India. Like what are the sectors the women entrepreneurs are taking up in India? Like if you see, around 29% of the women entrepreneurs come under general sector, general with low investment cost, like grocery shop or some sort of simple things like a cake manufacturing, in which low investments are required. Then the next one is chemicals and apparels, etc. And the verification you can see in the screen. Then in India, if you see the cities, the women entrepreneurship index based upon cities, Bangalore shows the highest growth of women entrepreneurs in India. Then Hyderabad is there, then Mumbai is there, but Bangalore has shown a very good growth in women entrepreneurs in India. Then challenges. These are some of the challenges faced by Indian entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, for coming up into the business. One of the major problems the women entrepreneurs are facing nowadays is the marketing problems. Like regarding marketing problems, all the female entrepreneurs depend on a third person for their marketing. These third persons, the problem which they are facing actually is these third persons, when they are involved in their business, the profit made by the business, a large part of the profit made by the business is pocketed by these third persons, and the profit which is getting to the women entrepreneur is getting less. It is one of the major problem, and other problem is the marketing costs, like advertisement costs, etc. Like stiff competitions are there in the market, like many male experienced entrepreneurs are there. For competing with them, the marketing should be that strong. And the marketing costs of these nowadays, the marketing cost is extremely huge. That is also a problem for these women entrepreneurs. Then societal problems and family obligations. This, as you all know, in Indian society, the women are still considered inferior to male, and this problem is also a hindrance for growth with after a limit for these women entrepreneurs. Then stiff competition with male entrepreneurs, like so many experience, and with vast experience, many entrepreneurs are present in the market, and for competing with them, the competition is pretty huge, and the marketing, so many things are there. And technology factors, the awareness of technology for the women entrepreneurs are comparatively needs to be improved as the technology utilization. If you see male entrepreneurs, they will be up to date with the technologies and the things they then these are lack of awareness, lack of self-confidence, low risk-bearing capacity. Then the rest of the presentation will be carried over by Suyendu, my teammate.
Good afternoon, one and all. Well, I would like to continue with the steps that the government for the support and women entrepreneurship in India. Well, the government of India had the 5-year plan, but they had made so many obligations for the women over the years. They only tried to empower the women, but they never tried to empower in the field of entrepreneurship for the women in India. They started in the 10th 5-year plan, which was from 2002 to 2007, when they thought that women can be a part of entrepreneurship in our society also. And these are some of the yojanas that been developed by the government. First is the Indra Mahila Yojana, which completely concentrate on the women empowerment, but it has some part which is concentrating on how women can also develop in the field of entrepreneurship. Then Indra Mahila Kendra. These are all centers around India, which is there to train the women how they can be self-employed, how they can be self-dependent without working under any employer, how they can be self-employed in their life, and how they can make their livelihood out of entrepreneurship. Mahila Samiti Yojana. This Yojana completely concentrates on entrepreneurship, which recently started in 2007. Suggestions for the growth of women entrepreneurship in India. The women entrepreneurship extensively make use of the various schemes provided by the government. The women entrepreneurship should concentrate what are the policies been given by the government, and they should utilize the optimum facilities that the government is giving, and they should develop. The second is the central and the state government should assist women entrepreneurs to participate in international and national and local trade forums, exhibition and conferences. The center and the state government, they should concentrate on how the women can be developed throughout the country, not in the national level, also in the state level also. The state government should also think about these are some of the successful entrepreneurs that we recognize as Indian entrepreneurs. First is Indra Noy. Indra Noy is chairperson of the second largest.
Sorry. No, what I would advise all the participants is please, you have to optimize your time. You've been given a limited time, 6 minutes. So instead of dwelling too long on one slide, just look at how quickly you can cover all the slides and get the essence of your paper across the audience. That should be your, your effort. Okay. Thank you.
you, friends. Our next presentation is Entrepreneurship Cycle of Innovation by Srijit Mohan and Ajit Kumar from Sri Krishna College of Arts and Science, Tamil Nadu.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ajit Kumar and this is Srijit Mohan from Sri Krishna Arts and Science College. We're going to present the paper in the topic of cycle of innovation. The paper discusses the nature of entrepreneurship and its relation to innovation along the cycle.
You all know what is an entrepreneur, yeah, right? Yes. Yes. This paper discusses the nature of entrepreneur, how the entrepreneur works, and the nature of entrepreneur should be creative, innovative ideas to make his organization to the next level. And the next point, different type of innovations along the cycle of innovation are realized with different forms of entrepreneurship. We provide an overview of some empirical tested institutions that enable or restrain particular types of entrepreneurship. Take some examples of particular institutions that can easily show up on the different type of entrepreneurship.
Computer distinguishes four rules in the process of innovation. And the first one, the inventor who invents a new idea.
The inventor. Who is an inventor? Yeah. The inventor is a person who invents new ideas or creative new ideas, but he doesn't implement them. Yeah, right? Then the next, entrepreneur. The entrepreneur is the person who implements those new ideas. The next one, the capitalist, who gives the financial or money to the entrepreneur. The next one, manager. The manager is finally the manager who takes the day-to-day cycle of innovations.
There are four changes in the entrepreneurship opportunities. First one is qualitative change, second one technological change, third one political and regulatory change, and the fourth one is social and demographic change.
First one is qualitative changes. What are the changes which are made the way to an entrepreneur to develop itself? It may qualitative changes. Customer may depend upon the entrepreneur himself to customer or consumer. Okay. The next one is the technological changes. You all know that the technology is changing from day to day. Yeah, right? Yes. In entrepreneurship, the technology changes, how they transfer the changes on every business. Next one is political and regulatory changes. The country administration, how the rules and regulations, they have been adopting new rules. Yeah. And it's tell about the rules and regulations of the government to adopt in entrepreneurship. The next one is social and demographical changes.
And the next is cycle of innovation. The first one is commercialization, diffusion, consolidation, generalization, differentiation, reciprocation, and novel combination and development.
Okay. The first one is the commercialization. Commercialization means that that's taking finished goods to the consumers. It's called as commercialization. The second one is diffusion. Diffusion means that separation of targets. Which are the targets? You know, what are the targets? Anyone knows? No. Profit maximization targets and sales promotion targets. These are the targets which are there. And the next one is consolidation. Consolidations means they are combining two or more companies. This is known as consolidation. Next one, generalization. It's nothing that.
Sorry for interruption. Can you please explain us what is the uniqueness of your study and objectives of your study? Mainly, if you focus on those two areas, it would suffice. Here, there is no need for giving these definitions for various things. Please focus on uniqueness of your study and objectives of your study, and how your study would be useful to the society.
So differentiation, reciprocization, and novel combinations and developments are there. See. Then the entrepreneurship in the innovation cycle is the main objective. That the movement towards consolidation can perhaps be seen as equilibrium. We can dominate that the old product to the consolidation. So the movement towards the consolidation can see the economic, that is, organization declines in the structured manner, such as the movement away from consolidation as treated as disequilibrium. And there are enterprises who makes a new idea technically feasible, commercially feasible, productively efficient, such as example Henry Ford in the automobile industry. Eliminate the entry barriers. There are some entry barriers and carry it into new markets or applications, differentiate it, brings it in new elements, it hybrids or brings together elements from different practices in new architectures and thereby produce new concepts. We can see that the types of entrepreneurship acts and institutions. The types of entrepreneurship, new technologies, position at the cycle of innovation, institutions, and enabling constraint effects. We can see the difference. New technology-based firms, such as novel competition, intellectual property rights, markets for technologies. New technology-based firms, novel competition, development, commercialization. Small business innovation research, SBIR program. Sourcing of radical small firms, innovations, commercialization of property systems. Spin-off firms, generalization, differentiation, non-complete governments, exploration of ideas. Next difference, high growth startups, commercialization, generalization, employment protection, and reallocation of labor.
The different types of innovation along the cycle of innovation and realized with the different forms of entrepreneurship. The cycle of innovation reflects the growth of knowledge in society. Innovation is based on the knowledge base of a society and expansion the knowledge.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Next, the topic is Entrepreneurial Ecosystem in India through Technology and Innovation by T.S. Purna Chandrika from Chaitanya Bharat Institute of Technology, Hyderabad.
Good afternoon to all of you. I am T.S. Purna Chandrika, working as a Senior Assistant Professor in School of Management Studies, Chaitanya Bharati Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. And initially, I want to congratulate the management of PGIT for organizing the conference on entrepreneurial ecosystem. And this is the need of the hour. And most of the colleges, they are conducting many programs in EDC as a part of EDC cell. And we do have the EDC cell in Chaitanya Bharati Institute of Technology, and they are also conducting entrepreneurial programs. And our logo is Swayam Tejaswin Bhav. That means we should be self-illuminating. So instead of job seekers, you should be job givers. So that is our one and only objective. And entrepreneurial ecosystem, entrepreneurship, entrepreneur, all these definitions you might have been knowing, and from yesterday you might have been riding the Joyce entrepreneurial ride. Am I right? And you have listened to eminent experts, and time is the main constraint now, and I'm hurrying up the presentation. And madam, this is more of a theoretical study, and the empirical study is I didn't do any empirical study. And as you all know, what is entrepreneurship? It's a professional application of knowledge when one or group of people come together, they join hands, and they want to do something new which is not there before. That is entrepreneurship. And ecosystem, these are persuasive forces for the entrepreneur, and all the influencing factors which influence the choice of a person to become an entrepreneur and following his success track. And right now we'll be concentrating on entrepreneurial ecosystem to technology and innovation in India. And we have got many government and non-government organizations working or trying hard to promote entrepreneurship in India. And through some agencies called Department of Science and Technology, that is popularly known as DST, and it is established under National Science and Technological Entrepreneurship Development Board, and they are keeping their main focus on technology and innovation alone. Okay, and entrepreneurial ecosystem through technology and innovation, it is holistic, pervasive, and recalling concepts which govern the clusters, industries, then economic, political, and other socio-political factors influencing the economic system, and role of entrepreneurs in the ecosystem. And as we all know, entrepreneurs are the key drivers of any ecosystem. And there are mainly three types of entrepreneurs. The first generation entrepreneurs with Dr. Anji Reddy and Narayan Murthy of CEO of Infosys. They are the first generation entrepreneurs, and they are very successful. And many budding entrepreneurs and other entrepreneurs are following their footsteps. And economy, what is the ultimate value creation of any entrepreneurship process in the economy? They have given additional wealth creation. They have created value for the organization, and they have fostered for overall economic growth. And technology entrepreneurship is an investment in the project that assembles and deploys specialized services from people who bring with them the skill sets and the required talent, and they form a group, and they are the value creators for any organization. And technology entrepreneurship is the need of the hour, and innovation, technology, entrepreneurship, they are all the key drivers for any economic system in India, entrepreneurial economic system in India. And they are a group of specialized human resources. And conclusion is, most of you should be donning the roles of entrepreneurs instead of constantly going for job seeking. You should be give a try for entrepreneur, and it's a very rough ride, but you will taste the success at the end of your journey. And that is the conclusion. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And our next presentation is Entrepreneurship Policy Framework by K. Nalini from Sri Krishna College of Arts and Science.
Good noon, everyone. Good afternoon. Myself, Daniel, from Sri Krishna Science College, Coimbatore, and I'm here to present the paper on entrepreneurship policy framework. The entrepreneurship policy framework under UNCTAD, that is United Nations Conference for Trade and Development. Everyone, if you could make the site maintain silence, I could deliver what I have come here for. Thank you. Now, so everyone knows what is entrepreneurship. I don't need to give the explanation. The one who take risk and who need to earn profit is entrepreneurship. That is who delivers something for the society. So introduction: an entrepreneur is an individual who identifies opportunities in the marketplace. Then the next one is objectives. So objectives of this paper mainly focus on entrepreneurship policy framework and putting the entrepreneurship policy framework into practice. So everyone knows what does the framework means. It is a base or it is a foundation which would deliver or give the entrepreneur the whole thing. That is the problems, the definitions, the solutions, and etc. That is the practices. It represents a baseline paper for UNCTAD to assist policymakers in evaluating the state of entrepreneurship in a specific country and to make sound policy recommendations. So this paper is about making a framework or a foundation, that is a toolkit or a manual, which is so helpful for the entrepreneurs or the beginners or the persons who are entering into business to know about the market situation or something else, then how to survive on the market. And these are the focus of UNCTAD. So I'll tell what is UNCTAD. It is nothing but a forum that is founded by the United Nations for discussing about the international trade, the emerging trends, etc. They mainly focus on general economic policies. That is, they discuss and they debate and deliver everything regarding the nation's economic policies and private sectors and enterprises development policies and entrepreneurship policies. And these are the four key elements that UNCTAD that is concentrates on it. One is policy objectives and recommended actions for each policy. So, of course, the United Nations Conference of Trading and Development concentrates on the economic policies and their development in the global competency. They actually debate about the actions recommended for each policy. So, why the policy is very important means the policy defines an organization. That organization makes people, and those people create business, and that business creates a nation. So that's why we are concentrating on the policies. The second one is key policy areas of EPF. EPF is nothing but entrepreneurship policy framework. That is, we are going to concentrate. So we shall move to the key components of the policy framework. So these are the six key components or elements in which this paper deals with. So I said this framework is nothing but a toolkit or a manual which would be helpful for the entrepreneurs to identify themselves and their organization in the market. First one is formulating national entrepreneurship strategy. So why do an entrepreneur need to know about the national entrepreneurship strategy means? He has to know about the market and competition inside the that is in his global area. So first one is number of formal business. So the noted points are the what should I say? They are the criteria or the elements which can be used to monitor the nation's entrepreneurship strategy. The next one is share of total startups in target areas. Then optimizing the regulatory environment. So these are looking like the charters or subjects in the manual. That is the framework. The optimizing regulatory environment, number of procedures to open a business. So while this framework have been done or it is established, when an entrepreneur reads it, he could know everything about the procedures or how to expand a business. That is number of days, etc. So the next one is enhancing entrepreneurship education and the skills development. So when an entrepreneur wanted to be successful in his market or the global competency, he should know about everything and his skills should be strengthened. So this framework would definitely help them to strengthen their skills and know about the other development. And the next one is facilitating technology exchange and innovation. So actually, this entrepreneurship policy framework doesn't only involves on giving matters, but also takes up matters. It will be like a two-way process in the framework. So this framework provides case studies and examples of the ongoing current problems and solutions. I'll finish it off now. Actually, we got some technical problems. So this paper is a descriptive paper about setting up a framework. That is a toolkit or manual. So whomever wanted to enter in an entrepreneurship or into a market, he could use a toolkit or manual to know himself or how to do business. So it would be helpful for them. So we discuss everything. So how an woman entrepreneur should be. So the ecosystem problem, everything. But when this framework or toolkit is finished up, it can be used to form a business, run it successfully, and to make profit and deliver something good to the society. Thank you. Any queries or any suggestions? I think people didn't get what I delivered, right? Thank you. Judges and comments.
See, mainly we want to understand how your study is different from any studies done in this area.
Sorry.
How your study is different from the other studies done in this area.
No, this area means actually we study about the current issues, ma'am, but it is about the framework, that is setting up a toolkit, ma'am. Actually, the framework refers to some foundations or basis for the entrepreneurship policy making. It would help the policy makers to design policies for their organization. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. The next topic on the road is Stay Fresh, a portable container by Kiran Kumar Ilakal from Vignana Jyothi Institute of Management.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Kiran Kumar. I am introducing one innovative idea, that is the technology that is based on technology and innovation. The product name is Stay Fresh Portable Container. The main thing is the portable container is used to transport and store vegetable, vegetables, fruits, and green leafy vegetables in healthy condition. First, I will introduce the overview of this product. See, this product is completely environmental friendly and it will not cause anything to the environment. It is completely against to the refrigerator, because in a refrigerator we are using the fluids. Using these fluids, it is disposing the chlorofluorocarbons that is damaging to the ozone layer. So, but here we are using, instead of fluids, we are using one technology, that is pretire module. This pretire module, this project utilizes the pretire module to assess the feasibility of a stand-alone portable device capable of cooling the vegetables, fruits, and green leafy vegetables for up to 8 to 10 days in a good condition. So this device is capable of retaining a temperature up to 4 to 16 degrees centigrade. So here we are using a rechargeable battery. This rechargeable battery having a 12 volt 10 amps hour. So basically, this device helps us to transport and store farm produce in a battery way. Next comes here. There are lesser chances of corrosion and leakages because here we are not using any type of fluids, so there is no necessity of corrosion and leakage. This portable container is made up by wood. You can take any type of wood, but by regarding considering the cost, I consider there is wood container. So it is useful for farmers, families, chemical industry, and pharmaceutical industry. Actually, here I distributed into three categories of this portable container. One is for farmers, one is for families, and another for transportation purpose. Different sizes of portable container. So, first consider the farmers. The survey reveals that for every 1,000 rupees worth of farm produced and transported thus, an average loss of 300 rupees is incurred by the farmer or sellers. So, this stay fresh technology enables the farmer to maintain the hygiene and freshness of produced vegetables and fruits. So, instead of packed in a gunny sack and or transported in a open or covered snacks. So, the farmer often undergoes a huge loss. Most of these vegetables and fruits get splashed or get decayed due to sacking or dumping. So now the farmer is not under the pressure to sell it immediately because of the perishable factor. See, he can wait for the up to good market price value. After that, he can send that one. Sell these vegetables and fruits. He can give up to 8 to 10 days of in a fresh condition. Let's come to the apparatus. See, who can in a refrigerator, who can't get actually when is the food is spoiling or vegetables and fruits when they are getting spoiling, we can't observe properly in refrigerator. But in this fresh portable container, you will get the idea. Already I mentioned it will give 8 to 10 days in a fresh condition. So the device mainly helps farmers to store a temperature in sensitive food items during the transportation and post-harvesting process to maintain their healthy condition. So it also helps farmers to store so that they can sell vegetables, fruits when they require. Next comes with families. How it will helpful for the families? See, families they can use like a refrigerator. They can actually the normal size of this refrigerator, portable fresh condition is it is like a refrigerator. The size of the refrigerator only in families we are using. Okay, you see in refrigerator the electricity consumption is more than this stay fresh portable container. Here in refrigerator we are using a 220 volt. It's a 110 volt to 250 volt of voltage of electricity. But here we are using only 12 volt of electricity. It is good to the farmers. And another thing is while transportation arises one portable container. See, if the families want to go for a picnic, at the time they can carry this portable container because it's lightweight. So we can carry it anywhere because we are using a rechargeable battery. The rechargeable battery lifetime is 10 to 12 hours. And you don't want to supply continuous power supply. It's not required at all. You can keep a 1 hour on, after that you can off. Not continuously supplying the power, not necessary at all. And it is a boon to the farmers, consumers, and to the agri economy of the country. Let's come to the principle. This is a model of the portable container. Here we are using two. What the red indication is those are the heat sink, which that is exhaust fan. This is made up by the platinum. We know the platinum is a good conductor of heat. So here the filter module, the specification of the filter module is heating and cooling. It will do in both the functions. So for this purpose, for cooling purpose, we are using this one. So we have to take the cool side of the filter module. So it absorbs the heat from inside the container and given out to the atmosphere. And here we are using thermal insulation. This portable container is coated with the thermal insulator to avoid the hot air from the atmosphere. And here we are using thermal insulation, thermostat and thermocouple to sense the change in the container. And after that, it will give a signal to the microcontroller. In turn, it provides the required temperature inside the container. And here we are using, this is a battery, this is a rechargeable battery, and it is connected to this hot sink, this fertile module for power supply. And another thing is, the fertile module means this the function of this fertile module is it also generates the electricity also. But here this model we can't utilize more electricity because see, it is a rotatory engine is a low temperature based recurrent system that converts heat energy into electricity easily in a low temperature also. So in this portable container, we are using required temperature can be set using the control buttons. We are given control buttons for this up to 4 to 80 degrees centigrade. And for backup purpose, we are using the solar cells can be used for a battery backup. We can use in applications like used in chemical industry for fertilizers and for in the pharmaceutical industries for drugs, especially medicines, penicillin, insulin, etc. They will lose their properties for a certain period of time. This is the cost estimation of this product. This is 11,300. You can purchase the affordable cost. It is not a big thing. Farmers can also easily got it. And this is for especially for model farmers. The container, the type of container, this is a wood container. It will not cost around 9,000 to 18,000. It depends on the size of the container. And otherwise, we can use the recycled container also. Thank you.
I want to ask you a few questions. Is this your own idea?
What?
Is this your own idea which you just presented before us?
Yes.
Something is your innovation.
No, actually, I inspired by this video. If you want, I will show this.
No, I'm not interested.
Okay.
All I want to know is this your own idea, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is the capacity of?
I got this idea from this by seeing this by watching this video, and after that I took help from the friends also. For actually the idea is mine, but after I explain all those things to my friends, they helped me a lot.
So you are inspired. I hope you are not inspired, but it's actually an invention. Were you inspired or is it your own invention? Inspired in the Indian sense, you know?
Yeah.
Like, most of these authors, they're inspired by somebody else and they write. So it's copy paste actually. Is it something like that or is it your own?
I don't think so, ma'am. Actually, this is in the last year engineering only. I got this idea.
So it's yours.
But I didn't implement because of a personal problem.
Is it done by you or is it considered some video?
No. Actually, the video is not completely this one. That tells about only fertile model, how it is helpful for them. So the function of the fertile model, by seeing that only, I got this idea. So I prepared all those things and
Ultimately, product is done by you. You mean to say that?
no, ma'am, I was not actually manufacturer, just what we want.
So what is the capacity of this? You said farmers can use it for transporting vegetables. So what is the capacity?
Capacity you can, so that time I have shown this portable container, size of the portable container. They needed tons of vegetables they want to store. So that's why I distributed in different sizes of the
So
portable.
what are the sizes? That's what I'm asking.
Sizes is the 15 inch to 15 inch.
Approximately how many kilos? How many kilos it is?
What?
How many kilos?
How many kilos means based on the farmers. I will.
How can it be based on farmers? It is based on the capacity of the container.
Capacity is, I say, well, it depends on the portable container. It takes a lot of.
So for example, if I'm putting brinjals, how many kilos of brinjals?
510.
Size?
The capacity of portable generator is 5 more than 5.
And what is the cost?
The cost is 11,300.
And have you technically tested this?
Technically,
Have you built a prototype and tried to see if it works or not?
it was, yeah, I'm sure about this.
And what is the unit price of each of this? I mean, let's say the lowest capacity, how much you plan to sell it? The lowest capacity, whatever you have, how much are you planning to sell it? Unit price of each.
Okay, actually here, ma'am, the only way is the container. Depends on the container only, this cost will be increased. Here, the main thing is. Thank you.
Thank you. And the last presentation is promoting an entrepreneurial ecosystem in Indian tourism by Kurma Senkadam.
Good evening, everybody. I am Kurma Shankara from Hyderabad. My topic is promoting an entrepreneurial ecosystem in Indian tourism. I speak more in English, please understand me. Okay? Introduction. The role of tourism entrepreneurs becomes more significant in the case of tourism industry. In service industry, for example, leaving aside of a few big companies, most of the tour operators or travel agencies come under the category of tourism enterprises. The same is true of the accommodation sector in India and so on. At most of the destinations already developed are in various stages of development. Numbers of the local population try to set up their own small business or enterprise or providing services to the tourists. In such cases, the capital investments are low and infrastructure requirements are less. The entrepreneurial spirit is quite high and direct linkages are established in the local economy. The skills and qualities required in tourism entrepreneur. Tourism entrepreneurs are contributing in the promotion of innovative services, products, and technologies. In this tourism industry, essential resources of tourism entrepreneur. Essential resources: finance, manpower requirements, technology. In this financial inputs and planning are necessary for setting and running tourism enterprise. Tourism entrepreneurs should go for financial forecast which includes estimates about capital requirements, working capital requirements, capital structure, credit policy, contingencies. Tourism entrepreneurs should be aware of the sources of finance, own capital, banks, borrowing from friends, relatives, or others, term loans from financial institutions, personal loans on assets like national savings certificates, insurance policies, provident fund, etc. Manpower requirements. To conduct business needs appropriate manpower at the right time in the right manner with the right skills. Make an inventory of the required manpower on different levels and for different jobs. Decide on their qualifications and skills. Decide on the kind of induction training. Equipped with the knowledge of labor laws and regulations. Devise recruitment policy and wage structures.
future manpower plans, etc. Technology. The type of technology to be used is again to be decided at the initial stage. It has a bearing on designing the product as well as deciding on manpower planning and finances required. We must and should maintain technological gadgets, computers, printers, fax machines, telephones, scanners, Xerox machines, etc. We must realize that in many segments of tourism like accommodation, travel agency, tour operators, etc., technology is playing a major role in tourism business operations. Traits and qualities of tourism entrepreneur: risk-taking, self-starting, creativity and innovativeness, initiative, information seeking, problem solving, quality assurance, and monitoring. Considerations of tourism entrepreneur: personal factors like family conditions, individual likes or preferences, etc. Geographical conditions, competition in the area, market conditions, availability of manpower resources and raw materials, local laws, tax structures and regulations, attitude of the local community or the host population, environmental factors, cultural values and customs, political stability, peaceful atmosphere and accessibility, etc. Economic development of tourism entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship raises productivity through technical and other forms of innovation. Entrepreneurship is a powerful tool of job creation. Entrepreneurship facilitates the transfer of technology. Entrepreneurs play a strategic role in commercializing new inventions and products. Entrepreneurs play a critical role in the restructuring and transformation of the economy. Entrepreneurs play the concentration of economic power. Entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial behavior can breathe vitality to the life of large corporations and government enterprises. Entrepreneurs make markets more competitive and thereby reduce both static and dynamic markets efficiently. Competencies of tourism entrepreneur: initiative, seize and acts on opportunities, persistence, information seeking, concern for high quality of work, commitment to work contract, efficiently orientation, systematic planning, problem solving, self-confidence, assertiveness, persuasion, use of influence strategies, monitoring, concern for employee welfare. Financial institutions for small entrepreneurs, lending institutions, Industrial Development Bank of India, SIDBI, Industrial Finance Corporation of India, Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India, ICICI, Industrial Reconstruction Bank of India, IRBI, Export Import Bank of India, Exim Bank, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD, National Cooperative Development Corporation, NCDC, Tourism Finance Corporation of India, TFCI, Computer Technology in Travel Services, Car Rentals, Railways, Airlines, Computer Technologies in Tour Services, Computer Technology in Hotel Services, Reservations, Food and Beverage Services, Billing, Information Technology in Tourism, Television, Print Media, others. Importance of Internet services in tourism industry. Conclusion. In this paper, I explained so many points of factors, considerations, essential resources supporting computer technology and information technology. International tourism organizations are IATA, PATA, conducted so many seminars, conferences for promoting the tourism industry. Small and medium entrepreneurs are most important of promoting an entrepreneurial ecosystem in Indian tourism. Finally, I say, tourism destination development or operations depends upon accommodation services and travel services. This is the most important point in our tourism industry, promoting for an entrepreneurial ecosystem in Indian tourism industry. Okay, thank you very much.
sir. We have come to the end of this session and we shall now start ballot. I request Sushma Bhaja ma'am to hand over the certificates. And I also request the following participant to come on to the dais and take the certificates. Lakshmi ma'am also. Dr. C.H.S. Durga Prasad. Dr. C.H.S. Durga Prasad. Dr. S.R. Subbarao sir.
We just wanted to make an announcement that Subbarao sir and Durga Prasad sir, they've co-authored this paper, not for, just participating here as a competition or anything. They are here out of academic interest because they wanted to share some academic insights into the Flipkart story. So it is more of an academic exercise. I think we're really thankful to them for having spent their precious time in promoting the academic cause. Thank you.
Dr. C.H.S. Durga Prasad. Harminder Singh. And Anjali Tiwari. Sandeep P.S. Suvendu Narayan. Srijit Mohan. Ajit Kumar. K.S. Purnachandrika. K. Nalini. And Sauvarnika. Kiran Kumar. Purnasenkar Rao. Daniel. Thank you, ma'am. Now there is no tea break for the students. No tea break. We should start our valedictory ceremony by Soumya and Monish. you please settle down? Good afternoon, everyone. I, Soumya Chadda.
I, Monish Khatri, welcome you all for the validated ceremony of 8th National Conference on Promoting an Entrepreneurial Ecosystem of India.
As a fitting finale to the intellectual deliberations that we have had over a period of these 2 eventful days, I now invite the rapporteurs of various tracks of the conference to present their reports.
I now call Jyothi to present the report for inaugural session.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected dignitaries of the dais, the invitees, the delegates of the conference, and my dear friends. The 8th National Conference on Promoting an Entrepreneurial Ecosystem in India was planned with the vision of providing a platform for intellectual exchanges among entrepreneurs, policymakers, venture capitalists, representatives of national institutes, research agencies, and consultants. The conference objective was to deliberate upon and recommend strategies for the promotion of an effective entrepreneurial ecosystem in India. And thanks to the active participation of all the speakers and participants, the conference was a huge academic success. The conference was inaugurated by lighting the lamp, followed by an invocation song by Soumya Kameshwari. The theme of the conference was introduced by Professor Shishi Polasni. He highlighted some crucial aspects of entrepreneurship, stating the entrepreneurs by nature as restless, and they always question the status quo. The welcome address was presented by Dr. Kamal Ghoshre. In his quintessential jocular style, Dr. Ray described the complications that he had faced when he wanted to start his own business as an entrepreneur. He stressed upon the need of a system comprising of financiers, government, and educational institutions working in perfect tandem to promote the spirit of entrepreneurship in the country. He cited the report of Kaufman Foundation of Kansas to emphasize the fact that entrepreneurial ventures play a crucial role in the economy, and that both economic development and entrepreneurship are correlated concepts that form a chain. Dr. Ray also mentioned the leverage buyout phenomena of the 1940s and described how it promoted and started the concept of entrepreneurship. The keynote address was presented by Brigadier Ganesha, Coordinator Honey B, AP. He said that happiness and richness are intertwined concepts. He initiated an interactive discussion with the audience, wherein he stressed upon the convergence of personal aspiration with societal aspirations to create true happiness. He stated that entrepreneurs should deep dive into problems and comprehend the unmet needs to create samvedna or sensitivity. He also mentioned that entrepreneurship is not merely an urban concept. It is also not a white-collar job, but a blue-collar one. He proceeded to narrate the examples of how young entrepreneurs from the rural belt of the country use indigenous products to produce organic crops. He called this a classic example of social entrepreneurship. Brigadier Ganesha concluded by stressing upon the fact that an absolute convergence of thoughts among stakeholders is required for creating and promoting an entrepreneurial ecosystem in India. The chief guest of the occasion was Dr. Rukmini Rao, founder of Brahmya. She opened her speech by drawing a brilliant correlation between entrepreneurship and happiness. She defined entrepreneurship as cutting through problems and doing what you want to do, taking personal ideas forward and changing the world. She cited examples of many eminent women like Medha Patkar, Aruna Roy, Vandana Shiva, Arundhati Roy, and Kalpana Mehta, who gave up their secure and well-paid jobs to work for social causes and women empowerment. She also mentioned relatively unsung names like Satya Rani Chadda, Chinna Narasamma, Lakshamba, who are social entrepreneurs in their own ways. Speaking from experience, she gave the budding entrepreneurs thumb rules for success in life, which were as follows. 1. As young people, pursue your dreams. 2. Collective leadership is the hallmark of successful enterprise. 3. Allow individual leadership to develop. Create work variety and a conducive, humanistic, and ethical work environment. And last, do not retreat from your ideas. The inaugural ceremony concluded with the presentation of mementos to the dignitaries by the director, Dr. Kamal Khoshe. The vote of thanks is proposed by Professor Shishi Polasni. Thank you. And now I would like to call my friend Victor to present the report of track 1 of the conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Pallavi. A very good afternoon to the respected dignitaries of the dais, the invitees, the delegates of the conference, faculty members, and my dear friends. I stand here this afternoon to talk about the first track of the event that took place yesterday. The theme of the track was Education on Entrepreneurial Ecosystem. There were two speakers, Mr. Srinivas Kolipara, the COO of IIITH Foundation, and Mr. Sangha Reddy, CEO of SecuServe, PYE. The first speaker, Mr. Srinivas, described that a startup is an organization in search of a repeatable, scalable, and profitable business model. He also provided his thoughtful insight on why and how most startups do not sustain in the market. He then talked about lean startup methodology. Here he also mentioned about the differences among waterfall, agile, and lean models of business. He then elucidated a few lean startup principles such as entrepreneurs are everywhere, entrepreneurship is management, validated learning, innovation, accounting, build, measure, learn. He then talked about incubators and accelerators and the differences between them. His discussion ended with a round of questions from the audience where he spoke about patents. He then stated about different stages of funding and was appreciative about the institute's e-cell. He called this cell the first step towards developing an entrepreneurial ecosystem. The second speaker of the session was Mr. Sangha Reddy, who spoke at length about TYE, a global tie initiative to introduce entrepreneurship at a very young age. He spoke about the mind block associated with the concept of entrepreneurship, the fear of failure being the primary one. He highlighted the key questions for an entrepreneur, which are, what is your unmet customer's need? Is your value proposition a must-have or a nice-to-have? Is it sustainable, scalable, and differentiable? He then presented a case study on deluge of social media reach with insights. Here he talked about how one can use data generated by social media for business growth. He then concluded his speech by stating the importance of social initiatives along with profit-making strategies for any business. The session was concluded with the presentation of a memento by Professor Padmaja. The vote of thanks was delivered by Balakaran. This session was followed by a business idea competition that was promoted by the Entrepreneurship Development Cell. The judges for this event were Mr. Srinivas Raju and Dr. A.S. Raju. A total of 9 teams presented their fabulous business ideas, which indeed reflected the potential of the future entrepreneurs. Mr. Suryakant and Ms. Aishwarya from VJIS won the product innovation idea for their product Renigal. They got ₹5,000 as a cash reward. Subrita and a team from VJIM won the award for the service category for their restaurant exclusively for women, Gossipies. I would now like to invite my friend Sufania to the dais to talk about the track on investments. Thank you and have a great evening ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected dignitaries, faculty members, and my dear friends. I'm here to talk about the second track of the event that took place yesterday. The theme was on investments and the occasion was raised by 5 distinguished speakers. The theme of the track was introduced by the director of NIMSME, Mr. Uday Shankar. He talked about the promotion and financing of MSMEs. and the entrepreneurial aspects from a business angle. He also highlighted the role of the Ministry of MSME for the budding entrepreneurs. He suggested that budding entrepreneurs should opt for the enterprises instead of the industries. He then went on to explain the nitty-gritties of marketing support or assistance and described how barcode system can give a unique identity to small products. He also explained about the intellectual property rights, which he believed was unique to every individual. He emphasized on using native resources and working by using new and simple ideas. Mr. Uday Shankar also mentioned about incubation and the plug-and-play model, quality management standard, and quality technology tools. He spoke about the growth of the e-commerce industry and also shared his views on the recent budget, on venture capital, the cleaner technology, and automobile design. The second speaker was Mr. P.I.P. Murthy, GM, SME Cell Andhra Banks. He started his discourse with an interactive discussion with the students wherein he clarified their queries on banking and loans. He stated that every entrepreneur should aim at getting some return on investments. He explained the difference between projection and actuals, and the viable project and non-viable one. He spoke at length about micro, medium, and small enterprises. He highlighted the vital role the MSMEs play in giving an impetus to agriculture. Mr. Murthy also talked about the Rural Self-Employment Institute of Training run by Andhra Bank and explained the technique of obtaining hassle-free loans. The third speaker was Ms. Nancy Vidya, the MI's associate from the Agribusiness Incubation Program of ICRISET. She started by linking the farmers to all the stakeholders in the agricultural chain. She stressed upon the importance of entrepreneurship and the economic development of a country. She talked about the foundation of ICRISET in 2003 and described the efforts of the organization in facilitating socio-economic development. She discussed the stages of growth for a startup enterprise. The next speaker of the trek was Mr. Sudhar Ramya, AGM SID BI Hyderabad. He explained the MSME scenario in the country and talked about the mission of SIDBI, which was to help the MSME ecosystem in the country through bank guarantee, LCs, etc. He also said that have nodal agency for GOI programs, namely CICS, TWEFs, etc. He also expressed his views on a variety of issues ranging from upgradation, modernization, expansion, diversification, new projects, R&D, marketing, etc. Last speakers of the session was Mr. Yugandhar Reddy from State Bank of Hyderabad. He discussed the roles of State Bank of Hyderabad in financing MSMEs. He laid stress on value addition, competitive advantage, USP for entrepreneurial success. He believed that all entrepreneurs are humans, but all humans are not entrepreneurs. He concluded by saying that the bank has enough skills for all our dreams. The session concluded with the presentation of mementos to the honorable dignitaries by Professor K. Suresh, followed by prize distribution to the winning teams of the business idea competition. The vote of thanks was proposed by Ms. Raseshwari Chinmay Behra. Thank you. And now I would like to invite my friend Shavashta to come to the dais to talk about the track on entrepreneurial journey. Thank you. Thank you, Sukanya. A very good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm here to speak about the track 3 of the event. The theme of the track was entrepreneurial journey. There were 4 esteemed speakers in the session. The first speaker was Mr. Harish Rajchandani, founder of Potentia, who threw light on his inspiring entrepreneurial journey. He stated that whatever one does, at last one has to connect all the dots. He stated that not only his work experience, but also each and every experience in his life has enriched his knowledge and has shaped him for being the person that he is to be. He said that the only right reason to become an entrepreneur is to understand one's interest, find the gaps, and follow one's passion. The next speaker was Dr. Hema Balakrishnan, Color the Earth, the Terracotta Student. She talked about her inspiring journey from being a clueless graduate to an esteemed social entrepreneur of the contemporary world. She talked about her first venture, Alamtriti, which involved creating handicraft jewelry out of clay. Though she started the journey of social entrepreneurship, her course at ISB changed her perception about business, and she changed the name of the brand to Color the Earth, which shone brighter and bigger. She stated that being sustainable is a way of life and that everything from production to packaging has to be sustainable. She also said that for an entrepreneur, there is never a dull day. She concluded by saying that every entrepreneur should be able to tell their own story. The third speaker was Ms. G.V. Sujini, HR Head, EcoBoard. She started an interactive session by sharing her views on first mover advantage. She talked about identifying the sustainability gap and made it an entrepreneurial opportunity. She gave the example of India's forest cover, which depleted from say 33% to 19%. She talked about her product, that is particle board, called the bagasse board, and how it is made. She concluded by stating the importance of inspiring people to join your cause. The last speaker was Mr. Krishna Pani, Director, Agrichem, Kesaraju, India Private Limited. He advised the students to think like an entrepreneur, even when they are in their classrooms, and take the most out of their sessions. He then put forward his humorous viewpoint on the loopholes of Indian law and Indian entrepreneurial ecosystem. He then mentioned about the different value systems and gave various examples of different entrepreneurs to inspire the audience. He then concluded by showing us a satirical video on MIBPS, that is Make India a Better Place syndrome. The speakers were then presented with mementos by Professor Ramakrishna, and the vote of thanks was delivered by Vishwateja Bhagavan. The next track will be presented by Pradipta. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharmishta, and a very good evening to all of you. The theme of track 4 of the conference was Entrepreneurial Journey. There are 3 speakers in this session. Mr. ABBK Ravi Verma, CEO Metalcraft, shared the lessons learned from his extensive work experience. He depicted a clear picture of what successful entrepreneurship is. Success does not depend on any single factor, but it is a combination of market share, profitability, and consumers. He attributed the reason of failure of many entrepreneurial ventures to false assumptions and said that the key to success is accepting the reality. The second speaker was Ms. Vasanta Chikrugupati, founder, CEO Green Packaging, who clearly stated that there is no fixed formula for success. Opportunities should be grabbed, so choose wisely. She narrated her journey of how she left her job and started her own venture. She gave a clear picture of her marketing strategy and types of customers she targeted. She also mentioned the various challenges she faced, like vendors not keeping promises, operational challenges, etc. The third speaker was Mr. Sharad Sharma, MD, IM Human Capital Consulting. He pinpointed some thumb rules for entrepreneurial success, like your business is a reflection of what you are. Number 2, key to successful business is focus. Number 3, fear always keeps one away from success. Number 4, business should be loved throughout. He concluded by stating the importance of having an exit strategy in business. Track 4 concluded with presentation of mementos to the distinguished guests by Professor Ramesh. The vote of thanks was proposed by Vinolia. This 2-day conference on entrepreneurship came to a fitting finale with a session of academic paper presentation. There were 8 thought-provoking papers presented on various aspects of theme. leading to a much better understanding of the concept of entrepreneurial ecosystem in India. Thank you everyone and have a very good evening. Thank you.
Thank you friends for presenting the reports.
Now, I would like to invite the chief guest of the valedictory ceremony, Mr. Ranganayakulu Budavila and Dr. A. Rao to come and occupy the stage, please. I am honored to introduce the chief guest of this ceremony, Mr. B. Ranganayakulu, has 16 years of experience as a consultant in public health systems. Hailing from an agricultural family and from a village in India, he is interested in simple technologies that make life of women and children better, safe, and productive. The technologies could be in water treatment, pumping, communication, and home lighting. Sir has an MBA and PhD in information systems and was a Takumi Fellow in Harvard School of Public Health, Boston from 1999 to 2000. He founded Thrive and a commercial company, Thrive Energy Technologies Private Limited. Thrive Energy is now working to light up the homes of poor people around the world through LED technology. So far, Mr. Ranganayakulu and his team reached 1 million poor homes with his solar lights. Sir has recently founded a trust, One Child, One Light, to utilize the CSR funds of corporates and Thrive Energy's profits to help a child with solar study light. Thrive has received the prestigious Emerging India Award constituted by CNBC TV 18 and ICICI for being the most socially responsible organization for the year 2011-12. Thrive has also received a Development Marketplace Award from the World Bank to provide 200 villages with non-kerosene light sources and Lighting Africa Award for IFC and World Bank. I welcome you, sir. Sir, I invite you to please take over the session.
I can present. Thank you very much. It's just a pleasure and wonderful to meet young friends. It's a lovely good afternoon to all of you. I went around your campus and felt late. Okay. Then I would find out that my Macintosh needs cables, you know. It doesn't just behave between one. How many of you use Mac? Few of you. Oh, very nice. I've been using it for 8 years, so that's the small difference. But so thank you for the presenters. When I heard them, I thought I should have been there for the last 2 days listening to the wonderful speakers you had. Not here today, just listen to myself. Mostly Dr. Rao. Yes. So that grand introduction about me or about our organization is written by my professor, Michael Risch. Otherwise, I used to have a silly introduction. One day he said, "No, Ranga, let me write for you." And he's okay. So I'm always thankful to him. He's the one who made me this way. So small correction. So we reached 2 million homes. That is 20 lakh homes. Next year we would reach maybe 50 lakh homes. Next year we would reach 1 crore homes. 1 crore, 10 million. This is not an accomplishment. You will be still left with, in India itself, 9 crore homes if we don't reach them. How many of you are from Bihar? Oh, nice. From UP, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Assam, West Bengal, Manipur. Oh, I would really talk to you later. I got one friend. The reason is Manipur has 5,60,000 families. We have given our light to 6 lakh lights. So that means we reached everyone. Have you seen our light? Small as single light?
Are you from Imphal, a rich man? Then you will not see. Huh? Sure, all nice to you. So, thank you very much again. Only I hear now and then I'm an entrepreneur. Otherwise, what all you heard about my introduction is I was an academician, right? I was teaching. Teaching not the students like you, teaching Indian babus. You know babus? I cannot speak. Yes, because none of you are, so it's my right to. So, 15 years ago, I was in that nice place, Harvard and MIT. Mostly I was there. I used to go to lecture sessions regularly. Actually, I didn't do much rather than attending things like this. That was my credibility. So I heard best speakers, I heard best analysts, business analysts, technology analysts, and others. So none of them, let me repeat, predicted there would be a phone like this. You know how much salaries they draw? Millions of dollars. No? Some of the technology analysts, predictors, workers, they draw millions of salaries. They didn't predict a phone like this. None of them, let me assure. Sorry to call this a phone. This is more a computer package. I used a laptop from Toshiba, which has 4 MB RAM. Where do you get 4 MB RAM now? Just after 10 years? Is it just you cannot imagine, no? So that was the technology. I have seen only maybe 10 display screens, that whatever TFT screens that you see in the MIT, not in Harvard. Then another funny thing I would like to tell you. Entire Harvard has got bandwidth. You measure in Mbps, 50 Mbps, which on 4G you get on a phone like this. Or in some of you are using beam cable or some cable, you get 50 Mbps in my house. So 10 years the world has given us extraordinary technology. So now you think of entrepreneurs, I think you think of Facebook man, Jeff Bezos. Were they there 10 years ago? No, they were not there. WhatsApp, all of you must be on WhatsApp. How many of you know the founder of WhatsApp 4 years ago? How many of you? No. So he's now he's now maybe world's 8th richest man or 10th richest man. Many of you know the gentleman, no? Who is the gentleman? All of you know what's the phone from China phone? But do you know Alibaba founder, Jack Ma? Now you know. But 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, not even the world's best, richest analyst predicted Jack Ma is going to be the richest man in the world. Alibaba is the wealthiest. Put together Dell, Yahoo, Google, Dell, all of them together, is wealthier than. How they built entrepreneurship. See, Ford, Tata's, how old are Tata Enterprises? Maybe 150 years from Jamshedji, wherever he went around and found a mine and started things to today. So, remarkable technologies happen. Remarkable technologies. We use lasers, lasers. Some of you are engineers. We use lasers in our factory. Suppose I am coming to this session now. I want to view my lights. Just write Vignana, Jyothi, workshop. A laser can write on each light in a nice way. You can write this kind of thing in less than a second. You have a conveyor belt just going. On a conveyor belt, you have packages going, or bottles going, or Coca-Cola, something going. I have limited time, so I will talk to you little humorously. So I saw the fish going in the conveyor belt. So the laser is writing the serial numbers. How fast they go, how fast it writes. It's not 1 to 3 number. You have millions of fish. You have to write the serial number in 8 digits. So laser can write that fast. So laser can cut holes in your fingernail, million holes. So things that you think as technology are damn cheap now, damn unthinkable now. So that is the scenario one side. Now why I said Manipur, all of you has got electricity at your homes. 50% of you in Manipur don't have electricity.
Actually, my father bought one solar panel, big one.
Oh, you use solar panel? Yeah. Thank you. I have a friend here. And in UP, I mean, we have less friends from UP here. Maybe in Lucknow, it's better. UP, 78% of the families. That means you are here 200 children. 78% means 156 of you are going to use kerosene lamps if you want to study. That's UP. Bihar, 88% of the families use kerosene lamps. So actually, some of you don't know kerosene lamps. When I come to students like you, I'm really difficult to explain what. So I brought one. You have seen it only here, no? Oh, you know it? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, our country spends every year. Guess how much? See, I got prizes for you. Whichever is the nearest guess. Oh, this is the technology of government of India, not mine. So our country spends how much kerosene every year? Subsidizes kerosene every year. I need 5 guesses, please. Whichever is the nearest guess will win a small solar light. Very fast, no? I have only 20 minutes. If you finish it off like this.
500 crores.
500 crores. Next. Next. Next, please. That's the way to rise it up, no? I will announce the winner only after. Huh? Okay, last guess. Okay. Who said 50,000 crores? Please honestly rise. Okay, ma'am. Can I gift you a small solar light? Don't waste your time. Can you catch? Sorry. This is the solar light we call pocket light. So this lamp costs how much? Huh?
25.
Oh, come on, 25 when I was small. Now inflation added to this lamp. Okay, now I come back and say this costs around 180 rupees. The light, solar light we made, the solar light we are selling for 150 rupees. A solar light is cheaper than a damn kerosene light. Someone told, no, the lady told, we are spending 50,000 crores in this country subsidizing kerosene. Is it good or bad? If I have brought this light with kerosene, your dean would have cost me for the next 6 years. That much smell it would leave in this nice conference room. So I just bring an empty one. Not even once used one, that much. So can you guess the children and mothers leave with this kind of thing in my UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, Assam, Bengal, and come back here. Africa, except the major cities of Africa, rest of them use kerosene. And nobody subsidizes them. Small families spend 400 rupees every month, 300 rupees every month for kerosene fuel. And 2 lakh children or mothers are burned or get burn injuries every year thanks to this ugly thing which can generate a fire. A cat can jump on it. Okay, in small houses you can generate. You had fire. I think all of your houses are wooden, no, in Manipur. Few of them. Yes. So technology enabled it. So what you see here is a LED. Now all of you know whatever is behind your smartphones, the one which flashes is an LED. 10 years ago, white LED was not there. Can you tell me who is Shuji Nakamura? Only one answer. Okay. What did he get? Recently got something, no? Oh, please, one answer, please. Come and collect Nobel Physics Prize. He won the Nobel Physics Prize. Just if you look at who told Nobel Physics Prize, please. Which one? Yeah, right thrown, right catch this time. Okay. So this gentleman, story for you. You heard so many stories. You can talk about Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg, anybody in the internet, but you read less about this guy. He's a small engineer in a very small company. So, in Japan, R&D is a must. So, he went to the big boss, who is an old man, and he gave him $10,000 budget. In Japan, $10,000 budget gets you 1 month's salary, that's all. So, he worked and produced something called a white LED. And that's how the company didn't bother. But the company used the technology and grew to $4 billion company, Nichia Chemicals. So someone told him, hey, this is your invention. If it is in America, you will get maybe $1 lakh. Company is $4 billion. So he went and asked the management. The old man died, young management, he said, get out. So he went to labor court and they just calculated and gave him How much? Any price value? I got two more. Two more lamps to share with you. You cannot guess. First time in Japanese history, they awarded him whatever you call incentive or remuneration is worth 800 crores. He asked for nearly $10,000 bonus. You call bonus, Japanese call. Because there was a rule, if you invent something, company benefits 100 rupees out of it, 25 rupees goes to the inventor. That's it. So then this man became super popular. You know Sony's CEO salary in Japan? Not like Jeff Bezos or this American style. No? Sony CEO or Toyota CEO gets maybe $200,000, $300,000, not more than that. Japanese are conservative. They have different ways of compensating, not like fancy American. What's our Satya's salary? Satya Radhakrishnan?
520.
I want exactly in million. Then I can give you one more because he's our Telugu.
120 crores.
No, it's a complicated package. Now we know it is from 100 to 400 crores. He has to earn it over the next 4 years. Okay, what's the Toyota CEO salary? I told already. It is much less. Just 1 crore plus, just like any of you getting one day. So that's the way Japanese do. So he became a super hit, and then the Americans came and grabbed him to America, right? And then he became a professor in the University of Pennsylvania, wherever he is. I used to meet. Now I cannot meet. He's a big man. So the company followed him and sued him. He stolen the patents, IP, intellectual property. So you know what America does to any good person like him, whether it's a thief or inventor or whatever, it protects him properly if he is valuable. So the company again came to an understanding, paid him 300 crores damages, went back quietly. I buy my LED from the Nichia Chemicals. That is the story of the company. So 8 years ago, this LED was 600 rupees. What's the price of the just LED today? It's brighter, superior, powerful. What's the price?
100 to 150.
10 rupees? One more last guess, please.
20 rupees. 20.
Come here, 5 rupees. Actually, 4 rupees 45. I can't throw that far. Yeah, come on, correct. Yes. This is the way I'm trying to sell my lights, popularizing. Don't worry. So my PhD is in public health. What does that mean? Malaria, tuberculosis, and what else? Ebola virus too. So we work in Swaziland. Yesterday I received a team from Swaziland. You heard about Swaziland? The kingdom of Swaziland. There is a king. There are 16. Little secret. 16 wives. I inquired, has he married again? Oh yes, sir. 2 after you visited. So next year you will marry. It's very interesting. With the kingdom of Swaziland, and the other side is what? Sierra Leone. No? That's what where you are there. Sierra Leone has Ebola virus. So now I will name one lady. Just now I written down her name. Stanford dropout. All of you know in America, healthcare is very expensive. As expensive as that, you can become bankrupt with one incidence of hospitalization. You ran throughout your life, save, and you have, of course, insurance, but there is still no contribution to do. Just say, whatever tests we do in our, whatever Vijaya diagnostics and all, if I get almost all the tests for me, like executive checkup, how much I pay? 10,000 rupees. How much will you pay in the United States? Around 50,000 rupees. It's a lot of money, no? The lady made now a tool or diagnostic or whatever it is with one, not a drop, just prickle of blood. You can get all the tests in an ATM-like situation. May not be 100% accurate. For that matter, nothing is 100% accurate in medical diagnostics. So in 1 year, now she is the second richest woman in the world. Go on Google search, find out her name. Somebody acquired the company for $20 billion. She wants 50% of it. She is $10 billion. One day, she worked 4 years. So the way you can create wealth, the way you can work on entrepreneurship, the way you can address a social issue or economic issue, I mean, not a violent issue, and the other issues, is dramatic in this modern age. Dramatic. Every day something is happening. Every day, if you follow the paper, I'm just reading newspaper here in your campus. This morning I rushed to office. Someone is visiting me. Academic Times. It says in one page. How much time I have, sir?
No, take as much as I need.
No, they should say. Okay. I read in Academic Times here in your institute that Switzerland want to send its citizens to India to learn about markets, entrepreneurship, this, that, whatever you're thinking. That's the way. Oh, all of you know Switzerland is for what? Not for banks, let me tell you. They make the best machinery. Tiny, the machinery they make, even I buy for some of my things. Now I buy mostly Chinese machinery. So, Make in India, are you following Mr. Modi Saab's Make in India campaign? So, let me tell you, now you have seen the light. Oh, I got several lights. So many type of lights, that's for you to check in the website. I didn't come to talk about all the lights. A light for children to study is my popular light. A light for mothers to take care of, light for the families, light for the streets. We can have as many lights. So the LED for me, now come back to entrepreneurship in India. LED for me comes from Japan, literally from Japan. They don't make it in anywhere in China. So the battery inside comes to me from China. Nobody in the world makes batteries. Let me assure you, the tiny batteries that you find in your mobile phones, billions of mobile phones, all of them are made in China. Then the electronics inside, microprocessor comes from Singapore, but it's an American company made in Taiwan. You have an epoxy resin here, something that makes it very strong, it doesn't break. No, it's a very, very sturdy resin. It's used by children and mothers. This comes from China. So we import the components from 7 countries. And plastic is Indian, of course. Plastic is Indian, packaging is Indian, so that's why I thought met the packaging one gentleman. Many things are Indian. Can you imagine the fun to import all these things? It's really fun. So they say for the super glue, customs people say, oh, this is a chemical you want to blast somebody. Let me hold up. This is the way it happens. Every time you face fun with the importing. Every time when you want to export this to, see, we export to 7 countries, the lights, no? So we face again a similar situation. When you make here in India, look at the plastic, look at the plastic I gave you. They are different. If you think this plastic is made in China, only one piece I got it made in China, the remaining is in India. This is different, shiny, very nice, no deviations. When you make in India, you have small problems. You struggle here to make a product. You struggle here to sell it. Who are my clients? Somewhere in Manipur, very remote. How do I go to them? From here to West Bengal, to Gauhati by lorry, transport to Imphal by jeep or something to Ukrul, or Ukrul to something. How difficult it is. Yeah, that's the India. So Tata International ordered us 50 lights, just 50 lights, to some destination in Bihar. We sent 2 months ago. 2 months ago has not reached Bihar. If you just put in a train, somebody collects in Patna next day, but if you send in your routine things, you have the logistics challenge. Then how do they pay you? Luckily, today you can go to any ATM, put my name of my company, drop a cover, they account for it. It's possible. Put the account name properly and it's possible. But 5 years ago, 6 years ago, this was not possible. So, MBA students, all of you, did you sell any item till now? Some of you are marketing. Did you try to sell something or there in a mandi? I don't hear anyone. Silent. You want to sell later, at least once you get a job. You should be selling something. Even I am trying to sell something. Come on. So, you are an MBA student. You didn't try or learn anything physically to sell a light or a book or a mobile phone or whatever you think in the world that you are using. So, is there any idea like here you get? So, I have my friend from NITI. His name is called Mandi Prasad. You know what's Mandi Prasad? Some other Telugu name, nice gentleman, but people call him Mandi Prasad. So, you are 100 batch of marketing students with him. He will give you 10 items and go and sell in the money, come back and he will break. That's it. So he improved his package of basket of lights, things, or whatever. So he will teach you how to sell, how to stand in the mandi, stand in front of a mall, stand in front of a jewelry showroom, or wherever you are, favorite or Starbucks, wherever you have to sell something. So that's the skill that you have to learn. So yesterday, he and me founded a company called MandiMBA.com. How do you like it? So we will give you means MBA students 100 products to choose from, half the price of MRP. So that's how the prices work. And you can take one line, one thing, or two, or three, or 10, and go and sell somewhere and improve your ranking there and earn money, earn the skills, no? Interact with customers, interact with elders, interact with seniors. Then you learn some skills, no? So we got already 1,000 students enrolled. I never thought I would be this kind of entrepreneur too, because I came to here today to God. How many of you want to sell something in the villages? Truly, please, because I would be offering you a job really questioning if you don't want to come back. Out of the entire class, only I find 4. That's the problem now. Don't you think so? The problem is we have products in India, we want to make in India, we want to develop India, bring it to whatever age it is, Mr. Modi sir. You know what is his priority? Toilets. That's what. Toilets, Modi sir wants to build 10 crore toilets. Do we have 10 crore masons in this country? I don't think so. I struggle to get somebody near Jubilee Hills. Even I struggle to get someone for my father's house repairs in my village. We don't have masons. We don't have plumbers. We don't have whatever, ceramic tiles, whatever. How do you make? Import toilets also from China? That's the worst we can do. That's the worst. That's what Americans love to do. They're also fed up. So we started a factory in America, that too all the way in California, next to, all of you know Google, no? We are 8 miles away from Google with a factory. Once you go to my website, you can see. So we are assembling these lights in America, not in China. So very strange ways of entrepreneurship you can try. No idea? Every idea is work. Let me tell you, every idea is work. Every attempt is work. Somebody told you, even if you fail honestly, you are really successful. Because success will follow you tomorrow, day after, day after. It is 8 years now. Financially, I'm just comfortable. Let me tell you, I lost crores and crores of my personal money to make the lights. It's not a pleasure, but it's a challenge. As you enjoy the challenge, you will like it more. So I have my son here. Where is he sitting? Okay, yes. He's a third year engineering. He has founded a small company, Games Tech. He wants to teach games fans about reviews on games, about blogs on games, about tips and tricks on games. So I never thought this is something worth doing, but this is worth doing as he got nearly 100,000 visitors to his site. So he spends most of his time. Sit. So I can ask you some questions. Yes. So I never thought my son can be a founder of a small company when he studied engineering, because he loves to play games all the time. He loves to play games, no? Just now he's asking for a car to go around. Otherwise, get me a game, Xbox or whatever the names. I get, but I forgot the names. What is that? PlayStation, Xbox, games. So every idea is work, my friends. All of you, how many of you want to do business or entrepreneurship? Oh, you heard today's seminar. I know there's a just fresh love and passion. It's great. It's great. Let me tell you, we are in a different age. Entrepreneurships will come less and less from villas, Tatas. Oh, Tatas have very few people left out in the family. I know them. I know their family story very well. And villas similarly. The entrepreneurs for India, the new age, digital age, come from middle class. Urban middle class, rural middle class, poor. Let's call all of ourselves as middle class plus, unless you are very wealthy, some of you. So try ideas, try your luck. There's nothing like failure. Don't worry about money, it will come. You know how yesterday we founded the company. Someone today asked, can we invest $1 million in MandiMBA.com? It's so silly, no? I'm 8 years breaking the lights. Nobody comes to me to say, we have 300 people working in my factory, 200 people working in the field. They don't write to me saying, I want to invest $2 million. You're right, Harvard, this, that. But when I said Mandi MBA, 1 lakh MBAs, selling 1 lakh each, 1,000 crores, somebody liked it. He says he wants to give $1 million. Because better to take, then he wants how much share? How much share? No, initially 20%, 26%, cleverly. Huh? So if this grows to 1,000 crore company, you'll get 256 crores. That's the loss. So, you know, Yahoo, it failed, and it lost money. But it invested just $1 billion somehow in Alibaba. So, $1 billion investment in Alibaba fetched Yahoo today 22 billion. It survived it today. Otherwise, it would have gone to dogs. It's not in their main business. So try your luck, try entrepreneurship. There's nothing to lose, right? Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. I didn't have to show you all my PowerPoints to speak to you.
Thank you, sir. I am now honored to introduce Dr. A.S. Rao, holding a PhD in Project Management and MBA from Vignana, Jamshedpur. Dr. A.S. Rao is an engineer, manager, policy analyst, network orchestrator, and author. He holds a decades-long experience in policy formulation and program implementation. He founded Indian Innovators Association to mentor innovators and entrepreneurs. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you. So good to see you again. So 2 days of very extensive deliberations and entrepreneurship. And is 2 days sufficient? Many B schools, including IIMs, they offer a full credit course on entrepreneurship. Do you want a full credit course on entrepreneurship? Yes. Why? What for? What for? The B schools and IIMs which offer entrepreneurship do not produce any entrepreneurs. IIMs do not produce, none of the students go and start a company. Why? So, we have a live example why. We have a father and son. Am I right? The father represents the classic management which you are studying. The son represents the entrepreneurship. So you'll be learning new ways of doing business. And most likely these will be innovative business methods and often disruptive. So they are very complementary to classic management theory. Let me try to reflect because I also studied management long back before you were born. Right? So in those days, when I was a student, as I said, before you were born, very common question was that, who is a manager? And the popular answer is that manager is the one who manages people. Is it still a popular answer today? Yes? That's very interesting. So life has not changed much. I'm still fresh. Okay, great. So this entire concept of management, most of it is borrowed from the army. Army had a rigid hierarchy, span of control, and unitary command, and all that was borrowed into the management. When I worked in a Tata company, there are many layers. Assistant engineer, senior engineer, assistant general manager, deputy general manager, general manager. Now what happened? You have so many layers in any organization? No, sir. Do we have that many layers in any organization, including Tata, Birla, Siemens, if not the young entrepreneur like you? So all of you must have studied. Delayering has taken place. Delayering means you do not have many layers. The middle management has gone into Bay of Bengal. They just disappeared. There is no need for a middle management because what was the job of a middle management? Information processing, which is now done by software called enterprise resource planning, ERP, MRP, SAP, CRM, all this kind of thing. These software packages ensure there is no need for any middle management. So when you join an organization, you will be joining as a trainee, junior manager, whatever the better thing. But there is a very, very strong possibility, even after 5 years, you'll have no juniors reporting to you. Because they will be colleague. Other people will be doing something same or something similar. And the brighter youngsters will be your bosses. So look at a world where you have no juniors to report, no juniors to command. So when there are no juniors to command, what do you manage? Who do you manage? Your life is full of computers. Only computers, terminals is your life. And that is the matter of fact. I also remember studying marketing management, and we were thrown a big book called, I think, Philip's Butler. Am I right? Is it still there? And do you still read the book? Ah, good. I'm very happy. So I remember he said there is something like a 4 P's in marketing. The 4 have become 4 or 40? 4. 4 has become 7. For service it is 7. For product it is 4. Very good, very good. So there is something called a product marketing and something called service marketing. Excellent. So in those days, there was something called industrial marketing and consumer marketing. And suddenly people said, industrial marketing has got no meaning. Marketing is marketing. Whether it's industrial product or a consumer product, it is one and the same. So the industrial marketing divisions have submerged into simple generic marketing. So I'm not very surprised. After 2 years, people will not use 2 separate categories called product marketing and service marketing. If I download a software which is on the cloud for a management of a, let me say, CRM package. CRM package I download from a cloud and pay it on a SaaS basis. Is it a product or a service? It's a product. It's a CRM is a package. Because you pay every day, it becomes service. Okay. You'll be seeing many of this particular thing in the coming years. The world has changed. The categorizations are hardly not very. So one of the very important P, which I always intrigued me, was the place. Am I right? One of the P is a place. Am I right? So suddenly, when I buy something from Amazon or a Snapdeal or Flipkart, all this particular thing, I wonder, are they doing marketing? Yes. They are doing marketing. They make a lot of money in marketing. Am I right? And what is the P place when I buy from a any of these e-commerce companies? My house. I'm buying from my house. P is the place where you sell. And where is the selling taking place? In my room. What is online? Where is the place in online marketing? Virtual. So the P is gone. So your 7 becomes 6, your 4 becomes 3. Happy, na? One more P gone. Life is better. Right? And I was a sales guy for many years. So they said P, price is another P. Am I right? Is still there. So let us try to take it out. Let us see. So when the pricing part of it, I used to have a running debate with the wise financial people like your directors. So all the finance people, they say, when you price a product, it must cover all the cost plus. Am I right? And as a marketing man, I used to say, no, very bad. I'll go for a marginal costing basis. Am I right? Am I right? Who's right? Full cost or marginal cost? Come on, all of us studying the same subject as a point, am I right? Do you still study marginal costing as now? Still study full costing and marginal costing? You still study. So you must say what is good. Is there something called a zero marginal costing? Where the marginal cost becomes zero? Sure? Sure? Snapdeal is servicing, let me say, 240,000 customers. I am the 240,001 customer. What is the marginal cost of servicing me? Zero. Am I right? So we are now entering a field where the marginal cost of servicing an additional customer, marginal cost is additional one customer, is zero. So the entire principles, classic management principles, we have to really once again, maybe price also has to be thrown into Bay of Bengal. Huh? Will you throw it? Let it throw it. So it becomes only two. Then in the marketing, we used to have big strategic discussions. We used to get big cases. All of you also must be getting big cases. In those days, mostly they were imported from Harvard. And I used to spend a lot of time to understand what is the case about. But you people probably are reading Indian cases. Life is much better. Are you still importing cases? Indian cases mostly. Better. At least the English is better. Okay. So there used to be hard discussion how to sell a product. So someone used to say, sell the product based on a product features, unique selling points, unique selling proposition, blah, blah, USP. So the entire life is discovered unique selling proposition or sell at a lower cost basis. Am I right? Still these are relevant? As a marketing strategy, these are still relevant. I sell it because I sell cheap. I sell it because it has got a better features. Am I right? Are they still relevant? You are also still teaching the same thing? All of your customers are Facebook? All of your repeat customers are Facebook? All of your loyal customers are Facebook? Then why are you going to Facebook? Is he giving you something at a lower price? Or is he giving you something which is a differentiated product? Why are you going there? You are not customers of Facebook. Why are you going there every day, every time? Service. Why? Why are you going there? This is what our marketing people want. They want the customer to come again and again and again and again. And Facebook is getting you again and again and again. Without sending you invitation. Has he sent you an email? Say, please come to me. Has he sent you a brochure? Has he sent you a discount voucher? He has never sent you anything. But you go there every day again and again and again. So marketing strategy pundits say the new sutra of marketing is how to convert buying as a habit. So you got a lot of theories and buying as a habit. If my customers can be habituated to buy from me, then my life is like a Facebook, like a Twitter, like all these guys, right? I don't have to spend on sales promotion. Right? So marketing jargon, marketing strategy has changed once again. So you have got some more varieties for this particular thing. Is it right? Okay. Right. Okay. Another aspect of new innovative methods is, apart from marketing, let us look at the finance part of it. And all of you must have analyzed the balance sheets by now, again and again and again. Am I right? So managers, professional managers from a reputable management school like a VJM, you must know how to analyze a balance sheet, right? And what do you analyze in a balance sheet? Assets. And why you should know about an asset?
Valuation for how much the company is valued.
You must know about asset because asset will tell you how much is the value of the company. We just have something from our senior person. Yahoo, which was losing tons and tons of money, the valuation was still phenomenal. Suddenly, all of the people have found the valuation in the books of the fixed assets and the valuation in the marketplace are wide apart. If they are not wide apart, there is a problem. It is a sick company. The company which has got more fixed assets value and less of a market value is a dangerous company. So it's not something to be proud of. If the market value is several times, 10 times, 50 times, 100 times more than of a fixed assets, there is something happening. And then how it is more? How the valuation can be so much higher than the fixed assets? This came the concept of intangible assets. They say that intangible assets in the current environment matter more than the fixed assets. So the conclusion is that the long struggle you make to write something in the balance sheet and much longer struggle you make to interpret the balance sheet and to make a forecast saying that these assets are going to lead to certain revenues in the coming years is not correct in the current generation, probably in the future generation too. The revenues come not from the fixed assets, revenues come from the intangible assets which are not captured in the balance sheet. So that means you are giving a report to the shareholders about something which has no relevance to the future earnings. Okay. So when you learn the cases and examples in the entrepreneurship, you will be exposed to this new way of doing business, the new innovative ways of doing business. And very often, these will be disruptive. They'll be complementary to the classic management theory which we have been studying. Without knowing the new way of doing business from entrepreneurial training, you probably will be going in with a very classic understanding of management, which may not be really studying of management. Okay, real life is different from the classic understanding of the management. So we finally come back and say, if you do not seriously study entrepreneurship and read the cases on entrepreneurship, understand the examples of entrepreneurship, you say manager is the one who manages people. If you understand entrepreneurship, then you will say manager is the one who manages uncertainty. Right? That is the life. Your job, you are a competent person if you know how to manage uncertainty. You are going out of the campus as change managers. You lead the change, you welcome change because the change invites the best out of you. And the 2 days is only beginning. I would like to keep the interest alive, have more and more entrepreneurship examples, cases, and maybe we have a longer course for you people who is interested, because nearly 40% of people are raising hands saying that they want to start their own entrepreneurship. That's a positive indication, and my best wishes to each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'd now like to call Dr. Durga Prasad, Dean, VJIM, to please give the mementos. I'd now like to call Professor Ramakrishna to give us the vote of thanks.
Good evening, all of you. About 15 days back, we thought this conference was a difficult task, and a sense of urgency was created by our director, sir. So we take it as an inspiration come, a caution of word to start the work on the national conference. So what seemed to be a difficult task about 15-20 days back has now become a reality, and we have come to the end of the 2-day national conference. I hope all of you have learned a lot, at least some good ideas from the inspiring entrepreneurs. And then probably, like somebody was saying in the morning, Emma Balakrishnan or somebody, even if 5% of you understand what the significance of this conference and all, probably the achievement of, we have achieved already the outcome of this particular national conference. I thank the governing council of Vignana Jyothi Institute of Management for providing the opportunity and continuously inspiring us to conduct such conferences. I thank Dr. Kamal Ghosh, our director, for giving the idea of national conference, and I thank all my colleagues, faculty members, for giving the theme and title. We have worked a lot on the theme and title actually, the subtracts of the various sessions and all that. I also thank the National Conference Committee members, who are especially the faculty members. So a big round of applause to Sishi sir. And a round of applause to Dr. Manchanda. And then all the other team members, Dr. Padmija. Ramesh, Ramarao, Yamini ma'am, Hello ma'am. Oh, this is not really. Conference committee. Yeah. Okay. All the other colleagues, like Shabra ma'am for the rapporteur session, Kalicharan for all the other support. In fact, to name all the colleagues, all of them are talking. Yeah, then comes our Durga Prasad sir, the Dean sir, who was instrumental in I think in fact after we joined back our college during the last 1 month, we had a lot of interactive sessions with him, and then it was a very helpful sessions they had with him. Now I thank, the backbone of the conference is the conference committee and the faculty members and all the other. I thank the chief guest of the occasion, okay, the founder of the solar energy, Thrive Solar Energy, and I also would like to thank his son for making it to happen here, and he came all the way from India. At the end of the 2-day program, we thought the valedictory function should not be a too long session, but then after seeing you and your energy levels, so it is really a wonderful session we had. And then, I also thank Dr. A. Saul, who has been a continuous motivator and inspirer for all of us, including the entire. In fact, Dr. Reyes was already the part and parcel of our existence actually. So, a special thanks. My profound thanks to all the students, the volunteers, the conference would not have been a successful event without or minus any one of you. Okay, so I thank sincerely all of you, including the rapporteurs, the volunteers, and then the people who have struggled a lot for making the arrangements. Okay, fixing the banners, removing the banners, fixing the banners. So it's a great work done. A big round of applause to all the students. Then I thank the non-teaching staff of our institute, who were also running from pillar to post to make sure that the arrangements are done and all that. I thank the media people. Yesterday they were here, today also we had afternoon media people for covering this national event. And then I also personally thank Afroz and Steve. Live streaming these events. Yesterday, I think you made me saying that it's a good effort. So yesterday I shared it on my Facebook and LinkedIn also so that the entire community watches it. It's coming very nicely. Thank you. I also thank the housekeeping staff of this institute for making all the arrangements and all that. And last but not the least, if I have forgotten any name or anybody to thank, a big thanks to them all. Thank you so much. Thank you, friends. Thank you, everyone.